Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Stock Trades. How's everybody doing today? Okay, so just a couple things on the docket. A couple things happened today that we want to talk about. Wow, interesting. Look at this. Clover's up 4.52% today. That is weird. So, what happened to this crazy drop yesterday? This just 18.37% drop. What in the world happened here? Hello, 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 Patrick. How are you doing? So, Mr. TN making iTrain, I think, posted this and he tagged me right under the video. So the cool thing about, this whole YouTube channel, real quick here. Oh, how you doing, Belize? Oh, Belize is in the house. Oh, shit. Belize is very informative. He posted the job offer today that we're going to be talking about. So he's part of our stock terminal here. Hello, hello. How are you doing, Rafiki? And then, so here's the thing. So, I want to shout out this gentleman here. Thank you for informing me about this here. The whole thing here, guys, is, this is your guys' YouTube channel. So if you guys post something, I'll give you guys shout outs and whatnot, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to create like a nice community here. It's very important. So if we go to chartexchange.com, I'm curious, because he sent this yesterday. I'm curious to see what this says. Now, I've only done this a few times. I have to remember kind of where. I think it's short volume. So let's go here. He looked at the short volume, and it was elevated on the 10th of June. Now, interestingly, it shows that it wasn't elevated, and which is kind of weird. Today's supposed to be announced. So I kind of find that really weird how it said it was elevated, but now it doesn't. So obviously these are some shenanigans at play. The problem is, guys, as you kind of like show people this information, Wall Street sees it and then they try to manipulate it. Because again, this is like, a lot of us have come into this market in the past maybe 15 years. Wall Street, they have people that have been in the game for like 40, 50 years, and that's all they do. Like for me, I don't majority of my time is actually in medicine. So unfortunately, it's interesting that because here it shows no aberrations, right? It shows that yesterday was a normal day, but that's a lie because my audio is breaking up. Audio fine on my end. Okay. Let me know. The volume wasn't fully accounted for. Hold on. Whoops. Let me make sure the audio. Hello, hello, hello. You know what? I'm gonna turn on the gain. Okay. Is that better? Okay. If it's too much, let me know. I can turn down the gain. Because okay, let me know. So I find it. Everything's good. All right. Awesome. Good. I find this really weird, because look at this, guys. June 10, which is yesterday, right? You could see this whole thing dropped. Obviously, this wasn't normal. And then we posted this, and then I made a video about it, which the video got, from the normal views I normally get, it got pretty significant amount for me, right? It's not like a lot. Like for one day, got like 1,200 views or 1,500 views. That's a lot. And if we were to check the same, where to go? If we were to check the same data, it says it's normal. So what happened? Why is it reporting normal now? Okay, I don't trust this data anymore, right? It's compromised, right? So that's kind of something that we need to consider here. I'm curious. I haven't done this in a while, couple months, so I've been kind of busy here. Let's pop open a terminal. Oh, let's see. Short volume, short rate, short volume. look at CLOV here. And again, if you guys want access to this, oh shit. If you guys want access to this, I highly recommend. So it's part of our stock terminal. But first, before I even talk about the stock terminal, look at this. Everything was doing great. They announced the SAS sometime around here, and the short volume went down, and then just short volume literally erected upwards. That's weird. So that's why I like about our terminal. I shouldn't say too much, but yeah, we get data directly. We have some really good things happening. So, yes, there was an aberration in the short volume. And if we were to correspond the stock price with this aberration change, you can see what happened here. Okay, so you can see, you can see the manipulation. For people that are interested, these are all the commands that we offer. I'm scrolling fast. We have 2.5 billion outputs. 2.5 billion outputs. So we have a monthly. Congrats to all the people that signed up. Can't wait to see you on the stock terminal. This is the monthly. We also have lifetime access, which includes the monthly. Use the coupon code SAS. Take advantage of this, guys, because data is kind of where it's at, and we know kind of things are headed toward. Data is the new gold now, so you can see how it helps. But yeah, so that's that I wanted to talk about regarding the short. So shout out, good job tackling, good job finding this one. Oh yes, I appreciate you, Belize. Yeah, no, I appreciate. We try to make it. I always try. I'm trying to put like the way I designed this is, if I'm spending my hard-earned work money, what would I want? So we're going to be adding more things on here. And once my my past videos, we talked about it like a couple videos ago. They're kind of scattered in there. I should make a shorter video and make it easy on people. In the future, we're going to bring back those Zoom calls to have those group discussions and stuff. I really like those. It's just my career. I'm just trying to I'm in the steep learning phase of my career right now. So, oh, I know you want to hear it again. Well, I mean, yeah, but there's other things. Maybe in another video, maybe because there's because I want to build it up. I would say a good one would be once we hear the earnings, because that's going to be good, right? But there's multiple ways of looking at it: high growth, low growth. So I can do kind of a weird one. Kind of think we can do like a little speculative one. For me, again, not a financial advisor. I want to make sure we put that out there because, the SEC, I don't want the SEC ringing on my doorbell here, right? So you can see with this data set, there was an increase, but it doesn't show that spike in June 10. So you can see this freeze. This is compromised. Another thing I want to point out is there's this article that was recently published regarding a short squeeze, and they try to combine GME to CLOV. Now, guys, you need to be careful when it comes to this, okay? If you look at this individual has no understanding of the stock market, okay? This individual here is actually an SEO expert, and he sells his services by posting online to people. So this is some person trying to manipulate the market. So I'd be very high. This person's probably not from this country. Just try to, so I would just kind of be careful on what you read online. Always check your sources. So for me, I didn't even read this article. I'm not even going to bother. The whole, so I'm not even going to waste my time. Okay. We are going to be talking about synthetic shares. I've linked the link to the podcast in the description, along with the episode title. So this is a promise I made to Jason. So I made a promise to Jason to make sure to include that because I really want this podcast to grow. Because it's just these people don't have to do this. They don't have to waste their time to they're actually helping people here. So this is good. We're gonna talk about the state of the economy. Talk about some miscellaneous things, because I think this is going to be connected to why the stock market's NASDAQ hit a fresh new record because of Apple. What's wrong with Apple? Well, they just announced a partnership with ChatGPT, and they branded it Apple Intelligence, not even using artificial intelligence. And if you go ahead and take a look at Apple, a lot of people are hoping Apple's going to go in the 220, 230s, 240s, even 250s. And you could see Apple, they dropped initially because some traders wanted to, sell the news, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. But Wall Street picked it up because this is going to encourage a lot of people to upgrade their iPhones. So you can kind of see it here in terms of this whole Apple Intelligence here. Okay. So we'll talk a little bit about that, Elon and all this other stuff. But first things here, we'll talk about this chief medical officer counterpart here. Okay. This is pretty important. I'm going to go to the comment sections real quick here. So if you guys haven't, want to talk, here it is. First time actually chatting, normally just a shadow in the background. No, man. Yeah. For guys, come online, chat. And, I make these videos because, one, it's better than just normal videos that are just uploaded that are static. Yeah, you can comment on those, but this is nice because, we can have a nice conversation. Oh, how you doing, Richard? Thank you. I love you too, man. Love you too. Love all you guys. How you doing, JH? Hi, Al. Are you related or do you know is what is happening to the Al from 2020 relation to YouTube stronger on Clover? That's interesting because actually, so if you actually go here to my Twitter, and if we go, because I actually didn't know about Al Trades until Al Trades comment, like we talked a bit, and he hasn't been active. This is his account here. For a sec I thought this was him, then I realized a soccer player, very famous soccer player. So I haven't really seen so it seems that he's not posting. I haven't really seen him yeah, so the last time he talked about Clover maybe was back here. I'm not too sure, probably maybe somewhere here too. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I don't know. So let's go back to that thing here. Oh yeah, we fixed the audio. The volume wasn't okay. Good. We got the audio here. Good. They're triggering stop losses. I don't know. Does anyone recall? Oh yeah. Either way, this Al is doing great. I appreciate it. Starbucks. He's dead. This Al. No. I mean, I hope he's not dead. Because some other YouTuber died. God forbid. Very sad. Oh yeah. No, we'll definitely get there. RIP to the previous Al legend. This Al is awesome as well, especially. I appreciate it. I appreciate you, and hopefully he comes back. Hopefully he's not. Hopefully he didn't pass away, because that's sad. That's not. Hopefully he's fine. Yeah, Michael, come on our platform and do the due diligence. We have the data, so definitely take advantage of that. What's it at a currently guy with the yeah, I have two first names. I'm weird. Or Michael Anthony here. Oh, he has two first names. We both have two first names. A friend in Swahili. That's really cool. Akuna Matata. Do you think Roy and Kitty will come save us? Meow. Well, I don't know about that. Wait, do you guys hear that? What is that? Do you guys hear that? What is that? Oh my God. What the hell was that, guys? I'm just kidding. Sorry. I had to put that in there. Well, Warren Kitty talked about this regarding how there are some stocks out there. And I think he was referencing Clover. And he did talk about Clover before. The thing is about with Clover is that they're Roaring Kitty Keith is actually focusing on phase 2 now. I think we've started phase 2. We have our phase 2, which is the SaaS, right? So he's waiting for his phase 2. The company just raised more money, which ultimately increases their intrinsic value as well. Interestingly, if we were to just take their revenue and try to estimate the future free cash flow of GME, I calculated it yesterday. The bottom is around $10. And interestingly, you can see how funny this is. There's a lot of smart people in GME. They're very smart. Because if you were to look a year just before, it dropped down to its intrinsic value around $10, right? So I would say as of now, this is a pretty good bottom right now for GME, which is why it was a great opportunity to come down here. And this is just my opinion. I do think we might get another run, use a stock terminal and all these other things to figure out kind of support, resistance, yada, yada, yada. Just very curious about GME. I'm curious if we can look at the short here. These are all the fundamentals. The brain machine looks at the fundamentals. So shout out to HJ here, looking at fundamentals. Oh, he's doing intrinsic value. Just be careful. This probably is a negative free cash flow company. Look up the balance sheet. There's a lot of stuff on here, balance sheet and whatnot. And another thing is, another thing that's important is we're gonna be fixing our Wall Street command with the images with the nice image. So that we're gonna be fixing that. It's just some server issues that we're fixing right now. But if you look at the short volume real quick here, I think it was this one. If you look at GME, let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at this. So you can kind of follow this and it can kind of help you. So, like we would say, May 22nd, May 23rd, and the increase. So anywhere between the later stages of May. So if we were to go to later stages of May, 6 months. So yeah, so you can see the stock price shot up and the later stages of May happened here. So you would say kind of like, oh shit, a lot of shorting here. And then you want to, that would be great to get in. And then you would have kind of caught this nice 145% in like less than a couple, just a couple days. Is that 8 days? 6 days? 8 days? I don't know. But interestingly, I'm trying to figure out April here, the beginning of May, which we would have to go back, see if we can go back. And there's a 30-day history, short volume. So you would have to continue monitoring it. But you could see, I'm sure the short volume was low like this and spiked up. So you could take advantage of this. Oh yeah, CrowdStrike went up another rip. If you ever get a chance, I would love. Yeah. CrowdStrike was one of our stocks that we talked about. It just got included in the S&P 500. We talked about it a long, long time ago, guys. Long time ago. I mean, just look at it. It's doing really good. It's up 55% this year. If I don't recall, we can go to the YouTube here real quick and then type in CrowdStrike, CrowdStock, Stock Trades, because I don't remember when I made the video. Yeah, so I made it 2 years ago. Sadly, only got 740 views, but we talked about the cybersecurity. We talked about kind of the names and games here, and then we looked at the data. This was when Morningstar was available. They removed this, which is why we brought it back, because that's how people make money. We talked about the SAS Capital Public Index, how it was crashing, how we believe it is going to rebound, and it ultimately did. And then we talked about how revenues were increased. It's just a great company. And then I'm trying to figure out kind of so you could see here, we talked about how the bear, and then I don't know what it's growing at now, but when we were estimating the bear case could be 396 and the bull's 865. So people that are probably buying are probably anticipating that it could go up even higher. And I haven't done I would not, this is like 2-year-old analysis, so I would take this as a grain of salt. But you can see how, knowing that the price could be this, when this thing dropped down to, $35, that's a good 8-bagger. When things dropped again back to $94, is a good 3-bagger there. So, it's all in the numbers, guys. This intrinsic value works. We were developing our stock trades here. We used to be called alerts and all these things. So you were just developing these things. And so you guys can see the work here. It's all online, Sadly, a lot of people forget about the successes we've had. Yeah, we're very bullish. I'm trying to see the updated price. So you could see 390. So look at this, 396. So if you look at the price now, so yeah, so it's next to the price right there. So this was about 2 years ago. Yeah, it's very good, very good, very good, very excited. Good job. We're gonna go and do the update soon. I like that. We don't need no saving, just time and limes. Love it. Catching the live while at work on the road to 100K. by Summers and hit it 57. Hell yeah. Just be careful though. You know what I mean? Focus on the road, right? Focus on the road. Put on, just yeah. It's so hard when I bought near 100 to buy at these. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah, because if you bought at 100 and it's still, now it's tough. Yeah, you got to do the reevaluation here, right? So yeah. And again, for people that want access to the intrinsic value, it's all part of the mastering and bundle. So take advantage. SaaS to get $1,000 off. You can use Affirm, turn it into a monthly, and you get lifetime access. I mean, and thank you for our partners at Affirm. I appreciate you guys for helping us out here. So let's go ahead and talk about this CMO thing. So now we're starting to see that we're going to get a chief medical officer for Counterpart Health, and who knows, we might even get a chief financial officer for Counterpart Health. Right? You could start to see that this is becoming its own entity, and we're putting some pretty hardcore money on the line here. And a lot of people are saying, "Oh, you should apply." Well, guys, listen, I'm not board certified in any of these specialties, internal medicine, family, or geriatrics. I'm actually going to be I'm trying to go into neurosurgery. So I would never be part of the, I'm not, I'm more of acute setting, sometimes elective here, but yeah, no, I'm not, this is not my area of expertise. I can probably offer some insights, but I would rather be outside of this because I would rather be the investor, not the worker. Right. So, in terms of this, guys, here, this was posted 3 days ago, and Belize gave us a shout out. Yeah, I appreciate you. Siri will be everyone's girlfriend. Oh yeah. Yes, absolutely. Siri's about to get a major upgrade. So, this is a big deal. It shows you that, they're doubling down on the SaaS part of the business. And again, this is just pure speculation. I'm just going to do kind of a very bullshit analysis. This has nothing to do with intrinsic value or anything. So let's assume in like 5 years from now, Clover Health's business is going to be a $5 billion revenue generating business, right? What the hell is this? What's going on? Okay, so I'm like, what? Sorry, my computer's freezing. Again, this is just not let it load here. Is my internet low or something? What's going on here? Yeah, so again, guys, not financial advice, is just me expressing my opinion here, right? So let's assume in 5 years from now, Clover's going to, what is this? Okay, you know what? This website sucks. So I'm just going to go ahead and open up this untitled document here. We're going to go over this. I'm just going to go here. We're going to open, I just need a WorkPad station. So let's assume they're going to be $5 billion, right? And let's say 80% of that 5 billion is going to be MA. So we could take 5 billion. So let's say like this multiplied by 80%. So $4 billion will be their MA business. And I don't know, it could be less. And then 20% is going to be their SaaS. Again, it could be more, it could be less. I don't know, right? So if we take 5 billion multiplied by 20%, that's about $1 billion in SaaS. So $1 billion in SaaS sales. And you guys know SaaS sales are tough to do, right? Look at Palantir, right? But again, the price of sales is 20. I'm not going to give a price of sales of 20 for Clover. I'm just going to do the SaaS index, which is at 6, because SaaS has been dropping. So we know the evaluation for MA businesses is always times 0.5 price to sales. But we know that for SaaS, it's actually times 6. So with that, you get an evaluation for the MA business for market cap of 2 billion. But then for SaaS, you get a valuation of 6 billion. Okay. Okay. Well, 6 plus 2 is, well, I can't add. Oh, wow. It does it for you now. Trying to be like Apple now, huh? That's 8 billion. And we know that based off of the current shares times that by 2, that's a $16 stock price, right? So 8 billion. So in 5 years, I expect this to be in this region based off of this. And again, it's all speculation, but this, because I don't know what the numbers are going to be, but this is on average what I got from yeah, and it's a lot, but if they're growing at ACO levels, maybe even more, I don't know, right? But I'm saying in 5 years from now, which is 2029, right? Or 2030. So that's a lot, right? But again, you take that's 16x from the current stock price, right? This is a big return, right? So we knew, from Leerink stat, they said that majority of their high revenue business is going to be from MA, and which is going to be low gross margins, which is why it's 0.5 price of sales. And we know from, let's say, SaaS, it's going to be high gross margins, and I guess maybe opposite, maybe low revenue. I don't know. So I'm thinking something like this, like an 80-20. And I could be wrong. Could be 50-50. Could be SaaS will be more. I don't know. Right? So we're going to have to see. We need more data. Now, going back. So recently in the May's New York Federal Reserve, they reported a 3.2% 1-year inflation expectation, which is returning to pre-pandemic levels. That's good. Okay. So we talked about this. Okay. I'm not going to do that. That's annoying. So tomorrow we're going to have the CPI core CPI. I think just the normal CPI. I have to check. It's going to be the CPI tomorrow, right? And May's FOMC interest rate decision. So, usually these two things don't happen together, but they happen once in a while. So that's going to be interesting. The Federal Reserve, I anticipate them not to increase or decrease interest rates, but I do believe the stock market's going to rally post Wednesday. IWM we've been tracking. Reason why it hasn't really been crazy is because the interest rates and the overall $6 trillion that are still in money market funds because of those high interest rates. So once we start seeing interest rates cut, money market funds start to go down, we're going to start seeing small caps start seeing that love and attention that they deserve. Now, going back to Elon Musk here real quick, guys. So he drops the lawsuit against OpenAI. And I don't know, maybe he discovered something from he just had like a meltdown yesterday with Apple. But again, you don't fuck with Apple. Excuse my language. You don't mess with Apple, right? You don't mess with them. Apple is very, very, very so Elon backed away. I don't know. He's just doesn't look, just not looking. I don't know. This is weird. He's not in a good position right now because his package is about to get updated regarding his pay. And I honestly feel bad for him because he did the unthinkable. He created a unicorn and people don't want to pay him for it. And if I was him, I wouldn't even put Optimus in Tesla. And that's going to be bad for Tesla. I think if this vote comes in and let's say Elon doesn't get paid, you might see a big bearishness in the stock. You might see a decline. I mean, honestly, this has kind of been hovering here because of this pay. And everyone's talking about shareholder opposes 840. Yeah, that's not good. You know what I mean? You guys, you look at these types of gains that happen. And you're telling me you're going to oppose this guy's pay. Like, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, freaking A, dude. Like, screw you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'm all about hard work. And this guy put in the hard work. So, like, that's bullshit. That's really pisses me off. But whatever, man. Did I spell his name wrong? Or did they spell his name wrong? Oh, yeah, they put Elon. He did to get it. And did he get it? I don't know. I haven't checked, but yeah, if he did, it would have been a bullish. So overall, guys, that's kind of what's going on with Clover. It's kind of a shame, kind of with this whole shorting thing. Let's go ahead and look at these synthetic shares. We're going to be talking about this. So let's go ahead and kind of stop the share of the screen, but we're going to go ahead and share the audio version of the screen. I'm going to put on my headphones here so you guys don't hear an echo. So let me just make sure the audio is good so you guys hear my microphone too. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, good. All right, so let's go ahead and kind of start this here.
They'll do something that's even more dangerous, which is they can get.
So let's actually go here.
They'll do something that's even more dangerous, which is they can get synthetically short. Yeah. So they'll add leverage to this using all kinds of esoteric derivatives that other banks on Wall Street will happily sell them. And then when those are disclosed, then the Redditors can just pump it even more, which causes massive margin calls. So I think the thing that Friedberg, you're saying that this is this existential thing that comes back. It's happened in NFTs. It's happened in the .com bubble. It happened in SPACs. It's happened in crypto. Are we supposed to protect people? And
so that's the thing, he kind of put his foot in his mouth here because it's like you did kind of put the evaluation, and I don't blame him because Clover's evaluation was 1.9 billion with Google even before Chamath came in. I'm sure Chamath wanted to get it. Chamath's not happy with Clover. We're getting it at a good discount. Okay, so let's go ahead and listen to this here.
Position that they have. Mm-hmm. But then there are other short sellers who are doing it speculatively. And there are synthetic instruments that banks will sell you to go massively super short. That's how you can get a situation where 140% of the stock is sold short, which shouldn't make sense. If there's only 100 shares of a company, how could it be that 140 shares are sold short? It's because you can have these synthetic
Explain
derivatives.
synthetic for the audience, because I don't think people know this concept.
So there are ways where if you have a formal trading relationship with Wall Street, and you need to be of a certain size, and they go through a diligence process, they give you, so I have one called an ISDA, and it's essentially an account and a framework that you negotiate with a bank that allows you to call them and say, hey, give me A, B, or C. And other times they'll call you and say, hey, I have this really interesting way to play XYZ. And one of the things that you can do with them is you can say, listen, I want to go super, super long or super, super short a theme or a company. And they'll create a contract between you and them that'll allow you to get that kind of exposure. Now, you're not supposed to do that on a regular basis, nor are you supposed to lever this up. This is actually what blew up a different hedge fund called Archegos.
I remember we covered it.
Anywho, guys, this should basically kind of tell you what you're dealing with here regarding Wall Street. It's a shame kind of how they play these games, but it's just to give you kind of a little, just a background. Some of you guys know this, some of you guys don't. But I started from the bottom, right? I went into, you guys, I started from nothing, right? And I went into like college and I saw all these rich folks and these people driving Audis and all this crazy stuff, because mommy and dad are wealthy and and I'm here buzzing my own hair, looking like a shaved pigeon, wearing, some really shaggy clothes because that's all I could afford. And, there's always inequality everywhere in life. Fast forward, I started learning about, money and all these things, and I am really good at math. I started, tutoring business people, started my, I just started getting all into that. And I started knowing a lot about Wall Street. And then fast forward 5, 6 years, 7, 8, just fast forward decade. And then all of a sudden, like, meme stocks, Wall Street, 2020 came on. And then all of a sudden I saw all these people on YouTube talking about what they don't know. You could talk, you could listen to someone and kind of figure out if they know what they're talking about. And I was like, these people don't know what the hell they're doing. All they're doing is just looking at this. Hello, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we got a stock price coming here, going on the bottom and bouncing off of the 200-day. And that's all they're doing. They're just doing this, right? Yes, technical analysis is important. Technical analysis is like the GPS that helps you, like you can track. If you put the fundamentals on top of the technicals, you could see some patterns here. That's why we use both. That's why when you go to the mastering here, I think we have it down on the image somewhere here. We merged both fundamentals and technical together, right? But again, you have all these people coming in acting, I know what this is and that, and it was all a bunch of bullshit, right? So anywho, the problem was a lot of these retail investors, they don't have access to reliable, like, good data. And it's unfortunate. So anyway, we created this thing, and this is just like 10% of the course. We still have ways to go. We're not even done with it. This is the curriculum, but we're not even done with it. This is just 10%. We still have 90% to go. But in any case, the point is we created a stock terminal because I realized that just creating the course is not going to do anyone good, any good. So the stock terminal is actually where you get the data. And this is where the data is going to be pretty damn good, guys, right? The data is going to be pretty good here. So we created this 2.5 billion outputs, and it's hard. This is hard. I mean, people are coming in on here and they're like, holy shit, Al, this is a lot. This is a lot of data. Yeah, it's going to take you time. What, you want to be wealthy? You want to be in the top 1%? You expect it to be a freaking easy? No, of course not. It's going to be hard. But this is the process everyone takes to become a master at something, right? And you can look at, from my life, kind of the life I'm living is a kind of testament, right? So anywho, I built this thing, and all the profit proceeds go back in. And hopefully once we have enough profit proceeds to not just sustain the company, to expand the company even more, we're going to be able to expand this and actually have a like a legit website where you can just put in a ticker and it gives you all the information that you need. Everything you can ask for. But we're, just right now, this is kind of what we have, and it does the job. It's just, there's a lot of commands. It's a terminal, right? It's a terminal. And you got to treat it as such. It's like a Bloomberg terminal. Bloomberg costs $2,500. Ours cost $59.99. Or if you want lifetime access, you have that with $1,000 off. So take advantage, guys, right? Because too often a lot of these people like Chamath and all these folks, they've been winning and they've won so much, guys. These people just love to win. They love money. They just win. And all of a sudden Keith Gill starts to win, and all of a sudden they want to remove him from trading. You know what I mean? So it's all in there. And does Keith Gill know about intrinsic value? Yeah, you bet your ass he knows about intrinsic value. He talked about it all the time. Yes, of course he knows about intrinsic value. Right? I mean, let me just be clear, okay? Let me just show you kind of the let me just share with you something really important here, because sometimes it's hard to drive the point, because it's just there's a lot of bullshit out there. So let me just kind of like unbullshit this for you. Okay. So this here that you see, this is the price this is the fundamentals for GameStop. You can see the revenues have been going down and everything. So let's just kind of analyze it real quick. Revenues are going down. So revenue growth is 0. Interestingly, they're becoming a little profitable right now. They went from negative to positive. So that's a sign. Do you think Roaring Kitty knows about that? Yeah. Okay. They stopped their dividends. Okay, good. Thank you, Ryan Cohen. Good job. They're seeming that they're selling off the shares a little bit, but you can see minimal dilution, not too much dilution here. Book value, it's stabilizing around the 4-ish, right? And then free cash flow is a negative 225 million. So it's still negative free cash flow here, right? But working capital is kind of rebounding a little bit. Let's go ahead and do an intrinsic value calculation on this, shall we? So let's go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and do this together so you guys can see how smart Roaring Kitty is. So you guys can figure this out, right? So this guy is very smart. So let me just share with you here, because it's like let me share with you here. So let's go ahead and do light mode here. Okay. Let's do light mode. Okay. It's our intrinsic value. Okay. So let's go ahead and make sure you guys see all this, and let's do our magic here. Okay. So we'll take the current trailing 12 months revenue of 5.2 billion. So 5273. We'll put 5273 here. Okay. We know that approximately 5%. So we'll find a time where, GameStop was free cash flow positive. So let's do this. So let's take 7,965 times 5%. 7,965 times 0.5. You get 398 million, and you go down 394. So you can estimate 5% of free cash flow, which is what we do, and that's the basics, right? If it's a SaaS, it's going to be higher. Okay. So we go back here, we type in 0.5%. We go here and multiply this out. We get 26365. So that's the free cash flow estimation. 263.65. We're going to go 10 years into the future, but then we're going to divide. I'm going to show you the growth rate right now. We're going to divide by the number of outstanding shares, which is 305. Okay. 305. But guess what? We're going to have them grow at 0%. I want to know the value of GameStop at 0%. Whoa. Bull case, $9.56. Looks like the bull case at 0% growth, that's the bottom, $9.56. Okay. So let's go ahead now and let's go to here. Oh, what's this? It used to be 15. It dropped. What? It dropped down to $10? Interestingly, it dropped at a level where we were saying at $10, we're expecting GME to grow at 0% because they're not growing. So what's the bottom here? And the bottom was around 10. So you can see that's math. Listen, this is math. Again, this is what I told you about using technicals and fundamentals. Okay. So fundamentally, the bottom was around 10. Interestingly, when did Keith Gill started to talk? Okay. So we can answer this question. So let's go ahead and let's go Roaring Kitty. Boom. Okay. So let's go down and let's just kind of go down here. May. God dang, you have a lot of memes. Holy moly. What is this? That's it? What's this? That's all he has. Let me see. He started talking May 16, May 16, May 16. Let's keep going. May 15. So he started talking again. He probably already had his position. He's done his due diligence. May 15 is when he went public. So where's the GME? So May 15 is when he started talking about it right here. I think he talked about it before, because why would this price stock go up? But you could see here, it hit its base. It hasn't hit a base in a long. When the last time that it hit its base? It hit around 12. It bounced back up, right? Because that's, and all of a sudden the base, and then look at that, right? So the point that I'm trying to tell you is we calculated the base, right? Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, people don't want you to know about this, right? People don't want, I'm putting it, this is easy numbers. And what am I doing? I'm just copy and pasting. The problem is you need to get reliable data. You need to get the data, which we have the data. We have the data now. And we have our calculations. And you do this, and then you have a nice educational understanding of Wall Street, which unfortunately people don't like, they don't want you to know about. So any case, I hope this was a good kind of, because it's like an onion, right? This is the first layer of the onion. Then you have to look at the short volume. Well, we know the short probably volume went low and then it went high. Okay, just like what we saw with CLOV, right? With the manipulation, or GameStop again, right? When I'm talking about low and high, I'm talking about this. It went low and it went high. Oh, okay. Graph the stock price. Okay. So sending you guys, just I hope this makes sense. I know it's lots of data. I know it can be overwhelming, but again, the whole point is, the way I'm designing this beta access is I'm trying to design this to where people come in with zero level knowledge and they walk out like champions. It's taking me a long time. That's why it's still in beta, which is why people are getting a good deal on it. It's taking me a while to create this, because I'm trying to go from zero to hero. I'm trying to take someone and put armor on them and upgrade them to where they can walk out and they can, start their own. And it's already starting. We already have one of our members, they have their own, channel and everything talking about stocks. I mean, that's the whole benefit of this, right? So that's the whole benefit of this, right? So, all right, guys, I hope this was helpful, and I think that's we talked about everything I wanted to talk about. So I hope everything's good, and I will see you on the next one.